Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's foundation review video. So excited for this one, and I will just quickly say I apologize that it is a little bit late. You guys have been requesting, like, this is probably, and I mean, I feel like I've already said this before, but this is probably one of my most requested foundations to review this year. I'm talking like thousands of requests. Like, you guys have just been going crazy. So I'm so sorry that it took so long. It took a little bit of time to get the product here to me in Australia. So, and I mean, you can tell by the title, but we are of course talking about the brand new Shiseido Syncro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. This is a brand new foundation from Shiseido, and basically it adapts to your skin and it adapts to the environment to help protect against oil, sweat, humidity, transfer. It's just basically meant to be this be-all, end-all amazing solution for foundation. So really long wearing, really, really light on the skin, and it stays looking perfect all day. So I am so excited to test this out. I, of course, will run through everything with the formula. I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what it looks like on my skin. If you are new here to my channel, hi. Firstly, hi. I do have textured oily skin, so that's what we're working with today. I by all means do not have perfect skin. I've got breakouts, I've got acne, I've got oil. Like, we're going to be dealing with everything today. Going to be showing you what it looks like close up on my skin, and then we're going to be wearing it all day and doing check-ins, and then hopefully maybe we might have a good result, and maybe by the time we are back tonight, which will be about 12 hours of wear, maybe it'll still be looking cute. We'll see. So if you are interested in seeing a really in-depth review, demonstration, and wear test of the brand new Shiseido Syncro Skin Foundation, then please keep on watching. Okay, I feel like we really need to talk about this formula because it's definitely different to everything else that I have come across, and there are a lot of claims being made. I've got like this information pamphlet here, and I've like underlined everything. Oh, you probably can't even see it. Underlined everything that I actually want to tell you guys. So, basically, the idea behind this, and they have also launched concealers, a setting powder, loose setting powder and a pressed setting powder with this. But basically, the idea of this collection is to bridge the gap between makeup and skincare. So basically, the new Syncro Skin Foundation works in sync with the environment, and that is due to something that they call active force technology. Basically, it allows a second skin formula to work on your skin to resist humidity, respond to heat, rebound from facial movement. So if it's rebounding from facial movement, I guess the idea is that it's not going to settle into fine lines and not settle into pores, absorb oil and diffuse light for a just applied look that actually lasts all day. They say that this technology will give you exceptional coverage that will last all day, that will not require touch-ups, which sounds amazing. It's breathable, buildable, lasts 24 hours, smudge proof, humidity resistant, sweat resistant, crease resistant, transfer resistant, SPF 30 in this one. It contains light reflecting pearl powder and another thing called smart correcting powder that's basically designed to enhance skin texture, make the skin look smoother, safeguards against pollution. So basically it will create like a protective veil over the skin to prevent pollution adhering to the skin and damaging your skin during the day. It just honestly, it sounds so amazing, and I'm hoping that this isn't one of those things. I feel like there's been so many products when I'm like, oh, like that seriously sounds so good, and then we've tested it and we've been like, it was just all marketing. Fingers crossed this isn't one of those. So yeah, it comes in 30 shades. I do have the shades here. It does look like they've done a pretty good lineup, a pretty good balance. So these are all the deeps, the mediums, and the lights. And I do actually have the shades here, so hopefully you can get a bit of an idea. It does look like they've got a pretty good balance though. Across the top here, we've got all very fair shades, then we've got mediums, and then we've got all deep shades along the bottom. I'm really, really happy to see a brand launching a foundation and actually putting a lot of time and effort into the deeper shades, because honestly, the last few foundation launches that I've seen, they've all been pale except for like the last three, and I don't even understand what. Anyway, let's not get Nikkia upset and let's not get into it. So I've got the Syncro Skin Self-Refreshing Concealer here. We've got the foundation. Might as well test both, hey? Why not? And hopefully I've got the right shade. I've got the shade 330 Bamboo. So yeah, really excited about this formula. Let's jump into it and actually test it out. So as always, I'm going to prime only one side of my face with the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. Again, if you are new here, I always use the same primer in my foundation reviews so that we've got something that we can test against that's not going to change like throughout the videos. It just gives you guys like a bit of a baseline. So on this side of my face, I've got no primer, but I have already applied my skincare. My skincare's been on my skin for about 30 minutes, so it's well and truly absorbed by now. Yeah, let's jump into it. Now, the actual packaging of this one's quite nice. It comes in a little square frosted glass bottle, black cap, and you actually twist the cap and then pump down to get the product out. I do like that. Like, I feel like it makes it a little bit easier, you know, for traveling. You can sort of guarantee that it's not going to go all through your makeup bag. So that's what it looks like. You get 30 ml of product in this one. Obviously contains titanium dioxide. It's got sunscreen in it, so probably would not recommend this one for evening wear. And I'm pretty sure this came from international. So this one looks like it's 47 USD. I will pop the Australian price in the description bar down below. I've got to figure out where exactly it's available here in Australia as well, and if it is actually available here yet. Sometimes we don't get things for quite a few months after, which hurts me, but you know. All right, formula. Oh, it's actually quite a runny formula. That is what the formula looks like there on the back of my hand. And for those of you wondering, shade comparison, I am an NC30 in MAC, so we've got 330 Bamboo here. So as far as application goes, it does say to use their special, I don't know, like this fancy something face duo brush or something, but I actually don't have that. So we're going to be trying it with a foundation sponge and with a kabuki, just to see if there's a difference. So we'll start applying it. It's meant to give really full coverage, so you know, we'll see how this goes. All right, so this is the side with no primer, obviously. With a sponge, I feel like it's quite light coverage. I certainly wouldn't say that that's full coverage, but that might be why, you know, they like, use the brush. It's definitely really lightweight. I would call this light to medium coverage. Doesn't really have a scent too, which is good. It's a very thin formula though, so I do definitely feel like if you wanted to, you could build it up. It does look quite nice on the skin though. It does look smoothing, and it's not like completely matte either. Like, it's got a little bit of a sheen. Ooh, okay, so we're gonna try it on a foundation brush now and just see if we get a big difference in the application and how it looks on the skin. I typically prefer to apply foundations with a sponge. It's much more smoothing on my skin personally, and I don't know, I just feel like it looks a lot more airbrushed a lot of the time. I do use foundation brushes as well, but I'm a sponge girl. It's definitely more coverage when you do use the brush. And I actually feel like this formula, I feel like it nearly looks smoother with a brush as well, surprisingly. Oh, I've got it all through my hair. Love that. Yeah, you're definitely going to get higher coverage when you use a brush. So we'll continue onto the primed side and we'll continue using the brush. It actually looks quite smooth. So I'm just stippling it in onto the skin. Really does feel super, super lightweight. Like, you really can't feel it on the skin at all. Probably, if anything, it just feels like a light moisturizer, I guess. All right, so this is what it is looking like on my skin at the minute. When I touch it, it doesn't feel like it's dried down to a matte finish. I definitely can still feel a fair bit of tackiness on the skin, but it does look quite smooth. Shade-wise, I think the shade isn't too bad. I do feel like it's a touch lighter than my foundation is usually. I probably would move up to shade, what was this one? 340 Oak. I probably would move up to this one. So if you're exactly the same shade as me, I mean, it might oxidize. We'll see how we go during the video. But based on a first impression, I do feel like it's just a touch too light. But it's looking really, really nice. I don't feel like it's emphasizing pores or texture or anything. Looks very, very natural. It feels natural. It feels lightweight. Looks pretty good. So we'll zoom in. So this is what my skin is looking like close up. I also can't really see a massive difference between the side where we used a primer and where we didn't. I feel like the non-primed side, it took more product to get a fuller coverage though. So yeah, that's probably the only thing that I've noticed. So this is the side with the primer. Looks very smooth, very fresh, very healthy. Feels really lightweight. Like, despite the fact that it's a little bit tacky, it does feel really, really lightweight. So far so good. I'm pretty happy with how this is looking. I'm gonna go and finish the rest of my makeup. I might actually test the concealer as well. I'll let you know how it goes, but I'll give this a go with the foundation because they're supposed to, you know, work hand in hand together. And I'll be back and we'll see what it looks like then. All right, so I'm back and I've got the rest of my makeup on, and this is what my skin is looking like. Not gonna lie, guys. Holy crap, this concealer, I'm kind of like a little bit like, first impression wise, I'm actually even more impressed by the concealer than the foundation. It's got so much coverage, but it's so lightweight. You literally cannot feel it on the skin. It blends out beautifully. It's covered absolutely everything. Like, I'm really, really impressed with this concealer. But as far as the foundation goes, I feel like my skin is looking really, really nice. It definitely looks smoothed out. I've got great coverage. It powdered down very, very well. It still does feel not as, like a lot of the foundations, especially the long wear foundations that I typically wear, they usually do dry down to more of like a matte finish. This one's definitely got more of like a tacky kind of a feel on the skin. And kind of when you touch it, like, I don't know, you can kind of feel it there, but at the same time when you're not touching your face, like right now, like skin-wise on my face, I cannot feel that I'm wearing it at all. It feels like I'm just wearing skincare. It honestly feels amazing. I feel like it's definitely smoothed my pores. I feel like my texture looks really, really reduced. I feel like it looks smooth, it looks bright, the coverage is really, really nice. I'm so far really, really impressed, but let's zoom in. So here is my skin close up. What do you guys think of how it's looking? I honestly think it looks beautiful. So we've got the side here with the primer. Everything just looks like I'm looking at my skin and I'm a little bit like, is that my skin? It's going to be interesting to hear what Brandon thinks. He always can tell. Like if a product's really agreeing with my skin, he'll be like, oh, your skin looks like, what have you used? Like he always makes a comment on it. So I'll be interested to see if he does comment on this one. But here is the side with no primer. There's no settling in, you know, my smile lines. There's no settling on my forehead. Everything is looking really, really, really nice. Now I did take a couple of flash photos. I will pop them on the screen. Kind of maybe a little bit of flashback, but there is an SPF level of 30 in this one, so obviously you are going to expect that. But this one so far, guys, is looking really, really good. Let me know in the comments what you think of how my skin is looking like. And yeah, I'm going to start my check-in. So the next time you will see me, I will have been wearing this foundation. I mean, I've probably already had it on for maybe an hour. So the next time you see me, we'll be at the 6-hour mark. And yeah, we'll see what it's like then. All right, guys, so I'm back with my first check-in with this foundation, and I cannot believe I literally... This foundation looks like it's freshly applied. I've been really, really busy, haven't really been looking in mirrors and stuff, and I've just come upstairs and sat down in front of the mirror. Yeah, we have a serious contender here. I'm going to zoom you in before I even start explaining it, because you're probably going to be able to just see everything all on your own. I really can't even tell that much the difference my skin now as to when I first applied it. It looks freakishly good. What the hell? Oh my gosh. So the only thing, I mean, look how oil-free I am for starters through the T-zone. Beautiful. Like this has definitely helped control shine. It's definitely helped control oil. I am looking very much matte through the T-zone still. Like there's literally no oil on my forehead, hardly any oil underneath my eyes, on the sides of my cheeks. Oh, maybe there's a little bit just here, right here. Top of my lips looking really, really good. There's no oil on my chin. Like it is freakishly holding up incredibly, incredibly well. The only really bad thing, this is, you know, being super, super picky, because it doesn't even look that bad, and it's nowhere near as bad as it has been with a lot of other foundations. But we do maybe have a tiny bit of settling just in my smile line here and a little bit here. There's no settling whatsoever on my forehead though. We don't have any caking. We don't have any separation. We don't have any, like, you know how like normally on the lower part of my face, the foundation, it just starts to look really, really horrible after a little while. Well, we don't have any of that happening at all. It's stayed pretty much entirely transfer proof. All of the coverage is still there. I'm not missing any patches of foundation anywhere. Foundation still on my nose. Oh my God. It seriously looks so nice. My skin still looks so nice and smooth. Wow. Okay, Shiseido they ain't mucking around. I mean, there's a little bit missing a side on my nose, just here and here, and maybe the tiniest little bit of caking on my top lip. Very, very minimal though. It looks really, really nice. I am so happy with how this is looking, and like it looks incredible close up, but like standing back, I don't know, about a meter from the mirror, my skin looks perfect. Like it does not look like my skin. It's me face tuned. What the hell? There might be a little bit of creasing just under my eyes. That's the concealer though, not the foundation. Holy crap, this looks incredible. All right, I'm going to try and not get too much more worked up than I am. We're only at the 6 hour mark. Oh, 6 hours and 40-minute mark, actually. We're going to continue wearing this. I will see you guys tonight. Hopefully, oh my God, if it's still looking this good, I'll probably shed a tear. All right, guys, so I'm back with my final check-in for this foundation today. And overall, I am still pretty damn impressed with how this has worn on my skin. I've definitely developed some oil through the T-zone. It's probably going to be a little bit tricky to see that because of the lighting and everything, but I'm definitely developed oil through the T-zone. So on my forehead, my nose, a little bit on my cheeks, a little bit on my chin, but it is not anywhere near as bad as it has been with a lot of other foundations that I've tested. Everything from a distance still looks really nice and smooth. It's lightweight, it's dewy looking. I feel like it looks really, really fresh. I feel like it's looking beautiful. From a distance, also, it doesn't look like anything has caked. I've tested a lot of foundations recently where even from like, I don't know, a meter away, 2 meters away, you can actually see the caking on my skin and you can actually see the separation on my skin. I'm not having that at all with this foundation, but up close, it's looking a little bit displaced up close. I also have had some creasing and settling into the lines underneath my eyes, but overall the coverage has stayed. I feel like it's looking pretty damn good. So we're actually at 13 hours of wear now. I am pretty damn impressed. So let's zoom in. All right, so here is my skin up close. Obviously, just to jog your memory, this side we have no primer and this side I'm wearing the Hourglass Mineral Veil. I really do think that this foundation wears quite nicely on the skin. There's a little bit of caking. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not like super, super obvious or super noticeable. Just on my top lip, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, just sort of here. There might be a tiny bit of separation, but probably had I touched up during the day, perhaps put a little bit of powder on maybe at the 8 hour mark, that probably maybe wouldn't be there. Chin's looking fantastic. I feel like I've still got the coverage on my breakouts on this side. Like overall, I am really, really impressed with this. There's not too much that I can complain about. There is a tiny, weeny little bit of settling in the fine lines under my eyes. I don't know if you'll be able to see that in there. Just where the product just sort of settled in that little crease. But yeah, like I am not mad at how well this has worn at all. I've got some blotting papers here. I might just quickly get rid of some of this excess oil and we'll do a quick touch up. Now, obviously this foundation, oh, see, look at the oil. There's a lot of oil on my face right now and you really cannot see it with this foundation. Like this foundation just does such a good job at sort of, you know, like hiding that oil on my skin. Like, look at this. Like you can really see how much oil is actually there. And it's just doing a beautiful job at controlling that shine. That's pretty damn impressive, isn't it? Like, oh my God. So we're just going to do a bit of a mop up, top up situation. It's looking good. It's looking really, really good. I don't think that this wears as well as the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. Like I do think that that one like actually wears better during the day, but also I don't think that this one wears badly at all. Now with a little touch up with some blotting paper, I have lost a little bit of foundation just here on the end of my nose. Nothing sort of awful or terrible. And going back in, actually, you know what? Let's grab some setting powder. We'll go in and we'll just slightly touch it up. I've definitely had some foundation sort of like shift around underneath my eye here and just on the end of my nose. But everywhere else, it's looking pretty damn good. I'm quite impressed with this foundation. I am. So close up again, this is what we are looking like. So no primer on this side. The one thing that I really am noticing with this foundation, and the one thing that's definitely a huge claim that is accurate, is it really does blur the texture of the skin. It really does make your skin look nice and smooth during the day. And then primer on this side. I feel like it's held up really, really well. Really, really like it. So there you go, guys. So those are my thoughts on the Shiseido, I keep forgetting the name of this, Syncro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. Definitely, I would say that a lot of the claims that this foundation makes, they're for sure accurate. Like I didn't need to touch up during the day. I did feel like it was really lightweight on the skin. I did feel like it was great coverage on the skin. It controlled oil really well up until about 10 hours, which is still, you know, phenomenal. Like that's going to get most people through like a whole day of work or school or whatever it is. 10 hours is like quite substantial and more than enough. Yeah, I think that it's a really, really beautiful product. I do want to test the concealer more. I do feel like I had some creasing with the concealer. I did notice some creasing underneath my eyes earlier on in the day. Yeah, so I do want to test the concealer more. Maybe this is a concealer that you can't apply over top of foundation, or, I mean, I need to test it more to actually find out, but on a first impression, like the actual formula and the application and how it felt was amazing. And this is really, really nice too. So let me know what your thoughts are on this foundation in the comment section down below. What do you think it looks like on my skin now? Is this something that you think it is worth investing money in? For me personally, I would absolutely invest money in this. I will absolutely continue to wear it. I do want to get it in the slightly deeper shade, this one here, because I feel like it's just a slight little bit too pale. So I've got 330 Bamboo. I want to try it in 340 Oak, but it is a really, really good foundation. Definitely, probably top 10, or maybe top 15, just to be fair. I mean, it's late, my brains are a little bit scrambled, maybe. Is it better than Double Wear? No. Is it better than the Urban Decay Stay Naked? No. Is it better than the L'Oreal Fresh Wear? No. Like, it's definitely not better than, you know, some of my holy grail, like top foundations, but it is pretty damn good. So I'm going to continue testing this one. I'm actually going to wear it again tomorrow. I'm going to be wearing my makeup for quite a long time tomorrow as well, so I'm going to wear it again tomorrow, see how I go. But yeah, I really, really like this, and I understand all of the hype about it, for sure. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope that it helped answer some questions that you had about this foundation. Thank you again for all of the requests. I love it when you guys request what you want to see, because it makes my job easier, because then I actually know what to film for you guys. So please keep those requests coming through. Give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure you enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you're doing something fun, something sassy, whatever it is that you're doing. I'm about to take all this makeup off, watch some trashy TV, and go to bed. All right, guys, I love you heaps, and I will talk to you in my next video.